Imagine a world where you cannot tell fantasy from reality, or a life where learning felt almost impossible. Schizophrenia is a serious brain disorder that should not be ignored. According to the National Institute of Health, about 1% of the general population is affected by schizophrenia. There are different reasonings behind the causes of schizophrenia. There are different side effects that people may experience, and there are different ways to treat the symptoms of schizophrenia. I will be exploring each of these topics to help inform everyone watching about schizophrenia and what people experience with this disorder. Mental illnesses are something that everyone should have knowledge of. It is easier to help yourself and others around you if you suspect signs of schizophrenia. The sooner a person can treat his or her symptoms, the better. One way to help you gain a better understanding for schizophrenia is to explore some of the causes. Scientists have known for a long time that this disorder can be passed along by traits. According to the National Institute of Health, schizophrenia occurs in 10% of people who have a brother, a sister, or a parent with schizophrenia. The risk is also increased when you have a grandparent, a cousin, an aunt, or an uncle with schizophrenia. Another cause for this disorder is the environment. Scientists believe interactions between the environment and genes can be a cause of schizophrenia. Some of these environmental causes include viruses or malnutrition before birth, childhood tragedies, and problems occurring during birth. One of the complications during birth includes low levels of oxygen. Childhood tragedies can include anything from parental loss or physical or sexual abuse. Difference in brain chemistry and structure can also cause schizophrenia. There is evidence of abnormally low activity in the frontal lobe of the brain. The frontal lobe is responsible for planning, decision-making, and reasoning. Chemical reactions of the brain play a role in the causes of schizophrenia. Along with the causes, knowing the symptoms will help you gain a better understanding for schizophrenia. The symptoms of schizophrenia are divided into three groups. The first group is called positive symptoms. Positive symptoms are psychotic behaviors not seen in healthy people. This means people with positive symptoms lose touch with reality. These positive symptoms include hallucinations, delusion, thought disorder, and movement disorder. Hallucinations are when a person sees, smells, hears, or feels something that no one else can. Delusions are false beliefs. Thought disorder is when a person has trouble organizing his or her thoughts. And movement disorder is when a person may repeat a certain motion multiple times. The second group of symptoms is called negative symptoms. Negative symptoms are a disruption of normal emotions and behaviors. These symptoms include dull or monotone voice or facial expression, lack of pleasure in everyday life, the lack of ability to begin activities, and a small amount of speaking during interaction. People who show these negative symptoms may need help with everyday life. They are usually unwilling to help themselves and others. The third group of symptoms is called cognitive symptoms. These symptoms are like negative symptoms, but are very subtle. These symptoms are mostly found when tests are performed. Cognitive symptoms include a poor ability to understand information and use it to make decisions, trouble paying attention, and problems with using information after learning it. These symptoms make it hard to live a normal life, and they can cause emotional stress. There are different kinds of treatments for those affected by schizophrenia. Medication is one of the ways to help treat the symptoms of the disease. The medications available can cause serious side effects to the person taking them. If someone is uncooperative and will not take the medications, they may be given an injection instead of taking a pill. According to SchitzLife.com, diet is an important form of treatment. When you think of a mental illness, you normally do not think of a person's diet, but it is very important to those affected by this illness. Sugar makes it harder to recover from schizophrenia. Other foods containing gluten, omega-3s, and vitamins can either help or cause problems for those affected by schizophrenia. The third way to treat schizophrenia is to have psychosocial treatment. The treatments include social skills, family therapy, vocational rehabilitation, supported employment, and individual therapy. These forms of treatment help improve communication, supply information to families, help people find and keep jobs, and help people cope with stress. Schizophrenia is a serious brain disorder that affects the way people learn and act. Helping people understand the causes, the symptoms, and the treatments available is very important. Schizophrenia is a serious brain disorder that should not be ignored. It affects people everywhere. Anyone can be diagnosed with schizophrenia. Your family, your friends, and even you can be affected by schizophrenia. It is important to know the causes, the symptoms, and the treatment to help those impacted around you live a better life.